If you love Pop Tarts as much as I love Pop Tarts, you're gonna be excited about this one. And by the end of this, you might be extremely disappointed. We've got Tasty Pastry. These are new cake style Tasty Pastries. I reviewed the originals that I thought were gonna be exactly like Pop Tarts. They weren't. They were actually kind of disappointing. Like the strawberry one, all the frosting just melted off and now it's nude. It started burning, melting. I mean, I can't eat that. Flabbergasted. I don't know. This is leaving me speechless. Taste-wise, they're not great. You couldn't toast them. I have just a mound of Pop-Tart pieces now. So now Legendary Foods has a new option. They're thick, they're cakey, they are packed with protein. I think the last ones were the same amount of calories as these, but like 10 grams of protein if I remember correctly. These have, let's say, these have 170 calories, 20 grams of protein, and then the rest of it is 8 grams of fat. Carbs is 24, 5 grams of net carbs, and that's it. So we've got Oreo and Red Velvet. Now I really would have liked the brown sugar cinnamon and or the strawberry. Those are my two go-to Pop-Tarts. This is all that Vitamin Shop had when I went shopping. So we're gonna roll with these. I'm not expecting something that's thick and cakey to be like a Pop-Tart necessarily. Since I have the two here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try them as is, and then the mistake I made with the last ones was I threw them in the toaster and they basically melted and burned. This now has instructions on it. It says remove from wrapper, microwave for 10 seconds. So I'm gonna try these as is and then I'll try microwaving them. Maybe you can freeze them. I've never been one to freeze Pop-Tarts though. That was a recommendation I got from a lot of people on the last review. I've never really been into that, so we're not gonna try that, and also ain't nobody got time for that. So we're gonna do Red Velvet and then we'll get into cookies and cream. Off the bat, I can tell you that it doesn't smell great. And this is one of those things that it's like when you get fast food and you look at the menu and you're like, damn, like that looks good. Or you see a commercial and you're like, damn, I'm gonna get a Big Mac because that looks really good. Ready? Pow! Doesn't quite look the same. Not terrible, but that icing is pretty lackluster. So definitely cakey, definitely thick. Truthfully, I don't really know what to expect. Let's see what filling we're working with here. So this is what bothered me last time. When I broke it open, the filling was a little bit disappointing. Again, filling, a nice white cream kind of filling. What is that? It's orange. I guess it just melded with the Red Velvet cake, so it turned orange, but it's not a lot. The picture makes it look like it's gonna be really full. So this is mostly cake. Let's see. The filling actually tastes like icing. Off the bat, that actually tasted pretty good. It actually tastes like a real icing. It kind of just tastes like stale cake. Like, ratio-wise, you're not always gonna get a bite with filling. So maybe heat it up, that'll be a little bit better. But that cake part, like just this corner piece here, that's just all dense cake. So it does just taste like dry, stale cake. Let's see what we got with cookies and cream. If you could feel this, like it does feel like a sponge. So there's cookies and cream. We lost some of the frosting. Like this bottom part, it's not gonna translate, but it is, let's see if you can kind of see like I can squish it. You can't really tell. And then I feel like it inflates again. Let's see the inside. Okay. Hold up. This one made sense because when you have white filling with the red cake, like you figure, it just kind of blends together. What the hell is this? Correct me if I'm wrong. That ain't orange, right? We got a Halloween theme Pop Tart. They either got a bad batch, they either fudged the wrapper here. I guess those are the only two options. What? Why is it orange? That's weird though. Weird. The original Tasty Pastries, the flavor was just not very good. Taste-wise, this is actually accurate to what I would want it to be, and it's actually not bad. The thing that I'm not loving is, one, the fact that the inside's orange. That's really freaking me out. And two, the fact that the cake itself is just a really dense sponge consistency. So I'm gonna heat these in the microwave for 10 seconds, come back, see how that changes things. I'm hoping the cake gets a little bit cakier, but let's find out. All right, so two things. One, in the 30 seconds I was inside, the sun already started ducking away, so I apologize for the weird shadows here. I'm not set up in a good spot. Two, what was two? Oh yeah, two, my wife microwaved leftovers inside, so throwing these in the microwave made them smell kind of like meat, which is very unsettling. Putting that to the side, the filling did the same thing that it did the last time, where it gets like weird and bubbly. It definitely got softer, except the outer crust didn't change at all. This part is still very spongy. Let's see how the filling changes though. Nope. Wow, that made it taste significantly more artificial tasting. Let's see the cookies and cream with the orange filling. That changes the flavor completely, and not better. I didn't mind these room temp. I don't really like them heated up. They end up tasting very artificial once they're heated up. The fact that they're basically a protein bar in the sense that they're 170 calories with 20 grams of protein is super impressive. So I do really like that. They are very expensive. To me, not worth it. They're not a protein Pop-Tart, this cake style that they are, this thick, cakey, whatever. It's not. I kind of thought it would be closer to a toaster strudel than a Pop-Tart, because those are a little bit flakier and not quite cakey, but more on the cakey side than a Pop-Tart that's kind of hard. These are nothing like toaster strudel. They are basically like a square of protein cake that they put orange cream in the middle. I think the originals I gave the originals a 4 out of 10. The scores don't matter, but I think I gave those a 4 out of 10, and I'd say these are better. I would say for the average consumer, 5 out of 10. If you're keto, 6 out of 10. Just because nutritionally, you'd be hard pressed to find something this impressive for 170 calories, 20 grams of protein, and what is it, 5 net carbs? So that's really, really good. I don't love them. And given the nutrition, the fact that it's basically a protein bar, there are so many other protein bars I'd rather eat than this. This doesn't taste to me like I'm eating a Pop-Tart, but to each their own. They're definitely better than the originals. I would never recommend buying the originals. I really didn't like those at all, but these are okay. I'd be curious to see the other flavors. I'm probably not gonna end up trying them. Let me know how they are, or if you've tried the red velvet and the cookies and cream, let me know. I'd love to hear if you thought the same as I did. I don't know what the next review is going to be. I have a couple things on deck, so we're going to have to take the wait and see approach, but that's it. I got room. I don't miss. A long piece. It's a weird, how do you throw that one? Try to go straight up and down? Or do you try to flip it? I'm going to try to flip it. The flip didn't work, but I've never missed twice in a row. Here we go.